this is Constance Dunn, host of Sit In here on Diggs TV. Today we are at Body Glove International in Redondo Beach, which is a landmark spot for all that is diving, surfing, and loving of the water. We are joined by Cheyne Magnusson, who is a pro surfer and all-around cool guy. And we are joined by surfer extraordinaire, Alex Gray.
Come to dive and surf in Body Glove, you're welcomed with open arms because that's how Bill and Bob Maestro founded this company in 1953. They truly are legends of the water world, but I was very lucky at a young age to be sponsored by Body Glove at 11 years old, and they gave me the opportunity to go to places like Hawaii and see the magnitude of the ocean. And I was just awestruck at a young age, and wow, you can even ride waves like that.
I mean, I've been with the brand. I signed on as an athlete about 10 years ago. I've always been treated like family here. We are one big, awesome family, and they tell us to treat all our customers like that. And that's kind of, I think, the way we've been around for 60 years, you know? I mean, that's no small amount of time.
This big wave surfing is kind of a shift from kind of your earlier epoch or phase of your career, isn't it?
Well, growing up as a surfer in the South Bay and having Torrance Beach is the way that I grew up on, it's not necessarily your quintessential formula of big wave surfing. I'm a water baby and I love the ocean, and you know, whether it's 1 foot Torrance Beach or 50-foot waves at some brief miles out to sea, I am as excited. I love surfing and I love being in the water, and that's where I feel that I am happiest. The best surfer is the person having the most fun.
I'm known as more of a high-performance surfer. I'm not a big wave surfer, really. Okay. I can do all that, but what I would be known for is high performance. So it's a short board, so you would ride it on waves, a little overhead to like knee high.
Okay.
You know? So it's a performance board.
So I got an email from you, I think it was on Thursday or Friday, and you were saying you were going to Mexico and you were going to have a lot of communication. So what was that all about?
That one was actually a personal trip for a wedding, but that happens pretty frequently in our line of work when, you know, you'll see a swell coming down the maps and Thursday comes around, you're like, yep, looks like we're going to Mexico this weekend, and that's kind of just the nature of the surf game. So yeah, as surfers, you just travel and you go a spur of the moment, you know, it's very sporadic.
What are some of your cool favorite go-to spots in the South Bay that you've had ever since you were like a little thing?
For me, I rode my first wave at Torrance Beach, and it was just a little ankle slapper that I maybe was up for a second, did some little dance, and that 1 second changed my life. So me coming back to that exact spot where I rode my first wave, even when I've been gone for 3 months, surfing the world's best waves, I'm happier there than anywhere else because it's home.
What is one of the most epic rides you've had recently?
Myself and Alex Gray, we just went to China and we surfed in a river in Hangzhou. We surfed a tidal bore. We went over there was a competition, Red Bull China put it on. The tidal bore, actually, we're about 50 miles down the river from any ocean. It's crazy. So it's a low tide and then a real high tide comes in and forms a wave that caps across the whole river. We're against 3 other teams. All the teams are on jet skis, and then there's a judging boat that stays ahead of the wave the whole time. There's one wave. You have to dump your partner off on the wave, let him surf it, get a score. Once he falls or exits, you got to go over the wave, pick him up, and then hop back down the wave. You're standing on a board going in the middle of the river, and you look to your right and your left and you see skyscrapers. And it was pretty surreal. We were representing Team Los Angeles, and it lasts for about an hour and 20 minutes, and you get as many waves as you can, and we were actually able to take home the victory. So that was the most memorable thing in recent times.
You're very smart, by the way, to have bought a house, because the idea that you're saying your friends had cars and everything, I was just reading that Bob Hope died like the richest guy in showbiz. Obviously he worked a lot, but he said the issue is that people, when they achieve a certain level of conventional success and they get all the material rewards that come with it, they end up buying things that go down in value, like cars, like watches or clothes. So you are like a sage, wise man.
I don't know why, but there was something in me that wanted a house. My personal goals of riding the biggest wave or winning this contest or that contest, it's like, okay, but how were you with everything you made as well, you know? And I think being smart with your money and having something at the end of the road that came from what you loved most is huge. And for me, that was a house. I started surfing, like I said, because it was fun and I loved it. And that's winning for me. In my scenario right now, I've won at life because I still get to do what I love most.
Absolutely.
And that's where I always have to go back to.
The other thing that I like to do, and we're just coming out of the good season for it, is diving. I mean, I'm a pretty passionate diver as well. So in the summer here in South Bay, we don't get south swells, so the water goes flat and then it clears up, and we've had an unseasonably warm fall and summer, so that brings in fish. So I like to spearfish a lot. So
Nice.
recently I've been able to get after that a lot, and that's been really fun. So I'm always high on that. That's my other thing I love to do.
You know, you don't seem like the type of guy that I'm going to see at like Sharky's, you know, drinking a
Oh
rum.
no, I've been there.
Oh yeah, so cool. What are
yeah.
some of your favorite hangouts right now?
My favorite place in the South Bay is the Riviera Mexican Grill, because the Williams family, their son Danny was best friends with my brother, and I'm pretty sure we were the first people to eat there. We went surfing down at Redondo one day and they're like, hey, come try out our food at our restaurant.
Are you a lobsterman?
I am.
Oh,
yeah.
great. Do you ever like barbecue lobsters on the beach or anything?
I barbecued lobster last night, actually.
Awesome! All right, cool. With that lovely little finale, we're gonna say goodbye. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you.
Hug.
Right on. Awesome.
Yeah, no worries, that was good stuff.
Today we are at a modern architectural marvel in Malibu, California. Practically 9,000 square feet perched along the Pacific Ocean and designed by the prominent Southern California architect Ed Niles. I am here with Ari Afshar, founding realtor at Compass here in Los Angeles. Ari, this house is quite tremendous. And I know that you've seen a lot of houses, you've been in a lot of spectacular homes, different types of homes. What is very different to you about this home?
First off, you have a lot of architectural angles and features. You know, as the architect Ed Niles himself said, it's a village of forms. The fact that you're sitting right on the ocean is your backyard. A home that's made of steel and concrete, fireproof, earthquake-proof, all of the angles, the soaring ceilings. You've got all the acoustical features. A buyer for this is going to view this as a true piece of art, like one that you would go and find at an auction house.